There are 5 things that you can do when something in your life falls to pieces. And if that's happening to you, I have so much compassion because I've been there. I'm Amy Rose, and I have a holistic counseling and consulting practice in Florida. And I had an experience recently that helped me realize these 5 things that I'm going to share with you. So when I was growing up, my mother had this beautiful green and gold antique vase that was in her family and very valuable that she really loved. And I can remember her saying to us, "Watch out for the vase," because she didn't want anyone to break it. And she kept it in a very special place. Well, after my mother died, I got this vase. And it's beautiful and very fancy, but it's not very practical. It looks like it belongs in a museum. So now I have it in a very special place because I don't want anyone to break it. So one day I was cleaning, and I don't know what I did, but all of a sudden, one of the gold handles fell off and smashed onto the floor in all these pieces. And I was just staring, and the child in me was like, "Oh no, I broke my mother's vase." And so, of course, I was beating myself up, and I thought, really? After all these years, I'm the one in the family that's gonna break this vase? Great. So I went to get a broom in the hope I could salvage some pieces. And as I was sweeping things up, I had this thought. You know a lot about putting the pieces back together when something beautiful breaks. And you know what? That's true. I have a lot of experience with this. And one of the first things that I want to share with you, step 1, is we have to be willing to see things differently, which I know is hard, especially in the beginning. But it opens you up to the possibility that your soul is trying to help you learn something or grow in ways. And my experience has been that our souls always restore us back in a way that serves us in the deepest way possible. So I was practicing as I swept up my pieces, saying, "Help me see this differently." And then I had another thought. I come from a long line of people who are very perfectionistic and self-critical, so hard on themselves. And they worry way too much about appearances and what other people are going to say and think. And so I had another thought. Maybe I'm the one in the family that can break this generational pattern. And so that leads to step 2. You have to learn to identify and express your emotions, because your feelings are messengers. They let you know what you need. So there's great wisdom in your pain. So listen to it. And that leads to step 3. Watch out for the parts of you that will be very judgmental and critical and try and tell you this is all your fault and it's always your fault. Because believe it or not, these parts of you mean well. They're trying to help you in some way. They're just going about it in a way that actually hurts more than it helps. So that's worth exploring. And that leads to step 4, which is we have to have compassion and loving kindness for these parts of us that are critical and shaming. And there is a part of you that has never been broken, shamed, or criticized in any way. This is your true self. And this presence has the ability to witness and be kind to these parts of you that are feeling pain and shame and being self-critical, and extend to them the resources they need to heal. And that leads to step 5, which is you have to learn to ask and then receive help. In my experience, there are earth angels everywhere that will show up and help you wherever you are on your journey, often in ways that surprise you, and not the people that you might expect. And the more that we learn to soak these parts of us that feel shame and low self-esteem in love, the more we expand our capacity to receive this help. So I asked an earth angel in my life to help me put the pieces of my vase back together. And we soaked them in a lot of love and appreciation. So, do you want to see my vase? You know, as I look at it, it's become such a reminder that we can't take the beautiful, precious, but maybe fragile parts of us, like our hearts, and keep them hidden and locked away because we're afraid someone or something is going to break them. Because if that happens, and it probably will at some point in life, we have this beautiful way to heal. And now when I look at my vase, it's become sort of a practical, tangible reminder of the beauty that emerges when we embrace our imperfection and bind all of the broken parts of us that feel separate and not good enough in this light of loving kindness. So, if you liked this video, please subscribe to Delight the World. And remember this, some days you just need to receive the light, other days you can give the light, and wherever you are on your journey of being the light, you are always welcome to connect with me here at Delight the World. And thanks for watching.